This isn't just about laptops getting more expensive, and it's definitely not just inflation. What's happening right now is a deeper shift in how technology is designed, marketed, and sold, and it directly affects how much you pay. Over the last year, almost every major tech company started pushing one idea harder than anything else: AI, not as a feature, not as an option, but as a requirement. And once AI became a selling point, the entire cost structure of consumer tech quietly changed. For a long time, AI lived somewhere else, in the cloud, on remote servers, out of sight. Your laptop or phone was mostly a window, a terminal that sent requests and received results. That model kept devices relatively simple. But in late 2025 and now in 2026, companies began shifting AI directly onto devices. Why? Because cloud AI is expensive to run, because privacy became a selling point, and because latency matters. So manufacturers introduced a new piece of hardware into mainstream devices: the neural processing unit. And this is the moment when prices started changing in ways most people didn't notice. An NPU isn't just another chip. It changes how silicon is designed. Chip makers have to allocate physical space on the die, balance power consumption, redesign data pathways between CPU, GPU, and memory. According to publicly available statements from chip manufacturers, this increases both development time and production complexity. That means more expensive fabrication, lower early yields, longer testing cycles. All of that gets priced in, not as a line item, but as a higher base cost. This is the first layer of the hidden price increase. So if AI hardware is so costly, why is everyone adding it? Once one company markets an AI PC, the rules change. Suddenly, devices without AI acceleration feel incomplete, even if they perform perfectly fine. This creates what analysts call a feature lock-in cycle. No company wants to be the one that says, "We skipped AI this year," because that sounds like we're behind. So even brands that are skeptical still add AI hardware, not because users demanded it, but because competitors forced the narrative. And competition, ironically, doesn't lower prices here. It standardizes higher costs across the entire market. Inflation is real. Supply chains changed, energy costs fluctuate, labor costs increased. But inflation alone doesn't explain why devices with small year-to-year improvements now cost significantly more. The real change is architectural. AI requires faster memory access, higher bandwidth, more advanced power management. Those requirements ripple through the entire device. Once that happens, prices don't correct downward, and they reset. And here's where the problem becomes personal. Most buyers in 2026 aren't running advanced AI workloads. They're browsing, editing documents, watching videos, sending messages, yet they're paying for hardware capable of tasks they may never use. This creates a mismatch between capability and value. And historically, when tech does this, consumer frustration follows. Not because the technology is bad, but because the value proposition becomes unclear. Once AI becomes foundational, removing it becomes impossible. Rolling back AI hardware would require new chip designs, rewritten operating systems, abandoned marketing strategies that rarely happens. Instead, what we see is normalization. Today's expensive becomes tomorrow's standard, and future upgrades are measured against that new baseline. So what does that mean for your next upgrade decision? This isn't advice, just perspective. If your current device, run smoothly, meets your daily needs, isn't limiting your work, then waiting costs you nothing. But if you do upgrade, know what you're paying for. Separate real benefits from marketing language. AI is real, but its cost is real too. And understanding that difference gives you control. This isn't about rejecting new technology. It's about seeing the full picture. AI is reshaping consumer tech, not just in what devices can do, but in how much they cost. And in the next video, we'll answer the question many people are quietly asking. Is upgrading in 2026 actually worth it? Or is waiting the smarter move?